jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Sports, man. This is gonna be a quick shout one. Just to talk about some, sprinkles of boxing topics. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, talk about the Canelo situation and how he's basically directing or putting it out there that he'll face the winner of Charlo, Benavidez. They need to fight. Now, of course, I'm not putting out any information as if it's already set in stone, but it would be absolutely great if Charlo and David Benavidez actually signed on to fight, man. And this is my take on it. Charlo has been putting his name in the hat to face Canelo Alvarez. If you're unable to get Canelo Alvarez, which you wasn't, all right, he's facing Dimitri Bivol, then therefore you taking another option. I'm not saying the second best option. I mean, if you want to look in that perspective, you might say that Canelo has a higher name and notoriety. Cool. But David Benavidez is a tough opponent. I really want Charlo to face a top name and, stepping up to the super middleweight division, 168 pounds. You're talking about David Benavidez, who originally, I believe he won his WBC title back in 2017. And, he only had that was his 20th professional fight. He won a WBC world title. And he was even dropped in the championship round, the 12th and final round. So it's not like David haven't faced adversity. He's been dropped in a fight. He's missed weight. He's had his title stripped from him twice. And it's taken him quite a length of time on his journey to return back to that, podium or that square where he's competing for a championship. I think, if Charlo and Benavidez somehow link up, that would be the fight of interest. You know what I'm saying? The winner of that fight would definitely be the fight of interest for Canelo Alvarez. Why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Why not do it, man? We have all these, we have all these groups that supporting fighters in Texas, where they somewhat fight, support one fighter in Texas, but this should be something that should be in protest. People should be speaking about this at a rapid rate, y'all. They should be up here, yelling to the high heavens and trying to produce this fight just like they try to yell to the high heavens, hoping someone will return, some angel will return and give them a sign on Errol Spence and Crawford. We need to see Charlo do something to change levels, man, because he's getting that point in his career that he is a two-weight champion. So I'm pretty sure he wants to add on to that. But my only thing is, I hope he's not waiting around to see what Canelo does with the titles. And during that time, he want to wait around and see if Canelo gives him a shot. I hope we don't have another Triple G with a different shade of skin color waiting around. I hope we don't have an Abney Yildirim just waiting around with a goddamn mental promissory note. Yeah, I'm going to fight you. Just wait right there. Just wait right there. But in the interim, you can fight somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. You can fight somebody else there, Charlo. And that's what I want. I want to see him step up against a heavy hitter like Benavidez that's been champion two-time super middleweight champion. He's been champion 2 times already at super middleweight. Why not face the only champion of recent that Canelo didn't defeat. He defeated everybody else. And he scooped up the WBC and WBA for a 2-piece chicken dinner. So, hey, protest that too. Put the word out there that we need to see Charlo versus Benavidez. Just like people was hyping it up. Oh, we're good. Marlo Canelo. God damn it. We already know Canelo's who he is. He's in the driver's seat. Let's stop running behind him and shit, saying ooh, ooh, ah, ah. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I got my hand up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look over here. Hey. I'm over here, Canelo. No, just go over here and fight Benavidez, man. That's a fight that people will want to see. Real talk. People want to see. Just like they want to see Mel step in there with Castano. We want to see him face stepping there with Benavidez. Moving on, though. Let's talk about the Superfly. It was amazing, how that all transpired. Like, it was just a huge graph table, wasn't it? If you laid out the fights on a graph table and you set up a bracket, it wouldn't even have registered that it would play out the way it did. It was just unbelievable. It was something that was unique. I mean, I know COVID is out there. I know it's real. But it was just so unique seeing how the Superfly played out. Juan Estrada was originally supposed to face Roman Gonzalez, a.k.a. Chocolatito. You know what I'm saying? For their trilogy. And then, after all the elevation to the franchise championship, vacating the WBC, Juan Estrada's out. Juan Estrada is out. So now he's stepping in against Julio Cesar Martinez. A lot of people looking at it like, well, Chocolatito should get it done. You know what I'm saying? He should get it done. We just saw what happened with Bam Rodriguez. But anyway, we're going to get to that. So Juan Estrada, who's been at the tail end of the pound for pound list, according to where you look, he was supposed to step in there for that Chocolatito trilogy after they screwed over Rungvisai, right? He was supposed to be the next in line, and they elevated him to the motherfucking WBC franchise and vacated the WBC. So Rungvisai was supposed to step in there versus Juan Kudros. Rungvisai fell out the fight. So guess what? My man Bam Rodriguez from a lower weight class stepped in the last minute replacement and won. So he's now the WBC Superfly champion. And you have Juan Estrada is the franchise champion and the WBA title holder. And then you have Ioka as a WBO title holder, and 4-weight champion. And then, you look at the whole entire makeup, like Rungvisai is now due to return whenever, he's cleared from COVID or whatever. But in the interim, Bam Rodriguez is saying that I'll face the winner of Martinez Gonzalez. I have no problem with that shit. I'll face the winner. I'll face the winner of Martinez Gonzalez. I have no problem with that. Now that's if, something more serious is going on with Rungvisai that he's unable to return in a timely manner. You feel me? So let's see how that situation unfolds. God damn it. Let's see how that unfolds at the end of the day. Let's see who in the building. Mr. 21 Strong, what's good? What's up, W says? It's been a while, my brother. I know 21. Salute to you, my brother. Hey, we ain't complaining about, the time frame. I appreciate you pulling up today. You know what I'm saying? There's so many channels on here. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Certain channels on here doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. It is what it is. I always thought Estrada would beat him again. I was looking forward to that trilogy, real talk. I was looking forward to the trilogy, man. They have a score to settle. You know? They have a legitimate score to settle. So, future Hall of Famer Roman Gonzalez, man, I was definitely looking forward to that Estrada fight. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back. They already set the fight anyway. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back. He's gonna be healthy, and we're gonna have a damn good fight. I couldn't tell you who's gonna win that fight. Real talk. After the last one, I really thought Gonzalez won that last fight. In my opinion, I that's what I thought, man. I just thought Roman Gonzalez did enough to win that fight. But who am I? I am not ringside, nor am I a part of the commission on the promotion or whatever the case may be. I always thought Charlo would beat him again. Luca beats all, in my opinion. Or Ioka. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. That's a four-weight champion right there now. You know what I'm saying? They gotta come see him. Like, let's paint it this way. We get the winner of Estrada Gonzalez. And then, I'm not sure what they're going to do with the Rungfasai Rodriguez situation. But if they're able to unify between those two sets of fighters, I'm curious to know if they allow them to be a full unification at Superfly like that. That would be crazy if they're able to make that shit happen. That would be insane, man. Because now you got to think, like, who would you pick to want to step in there against Ioka? Who? Would you want to see Gonzalez? Do people truly feel that a young lion like that can lose to Gonzalez if Gonzalez was to beat Estrada? If Estrada was to win? Do we believe that Estrada can defeat Ban Rodriguez? And then let's just say Ban Rodriguez defeats them two, either one of them, and he faces Ioka. Is it enough fan base on here to think that the young, hungry lion will be able to face somebody like Ioka and come out victorious? That's the crazy part about it. Now, no way am I going to give comparison to what happened. I mean, we're not putting no COVID shit in here. But if that metric was to play out like that bracket, it'll be an OMG moment for real. Because all what happened within the super flyweight division with Estrada pulling out, Rungfasai pulling out, you know what I'm saying? Ban Rodriguez moving up, defeating Kudras. Then you have, Gonzalez just waiting. Boom, he turns around, he wins it. He faced Ban Rodriguez. He wins. Are people going to look at him and say, is he capable of defeating Ioka? I don't know, man. That's a crazy pinwheel, ain't it? You can spin that shit for days. But good question, man. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of agree with you on that 21. Like Ioka, I think, man, I don't know if out of that trio that I spoke about, when it comes to Estrada, Gonzalez, or Rodriguez, I'm not sure. Now we still got to look at Rungfasai. Rungfasai is an old OG in the game too. He's a 3-weight champion. If Rungfasai is able to elevate himself again and somehow defeat Ban Rodriguez, which it seems like a tall order right now, and then defeat the winner of Estrada Gonzalez, is he capable of going in there defeating Ioka? I don't know, dog. They better. I don't know, man. It's hard to go against Ban Rodriguez right now. I don't know, man. Will he show his age in a fight like that? I don't know. King Mitch on deck. What's good? Should I had Estrada win that last fight? It was close, bro. The last fight is close, man, with Estrada. Real talk there, Mitch. know what I'm saying? Shout out to King Mitch on deck, man. What it do? I had the last fight to draw, but if you feel Gonzalez won, a whole lot of people to feel the same way as you do. So I could be mad if they gave Gonzalez a decision. Yeah, some people felt that Estrada won. Some people felt that Gonzalez won. I just felt Gonzalez landed more efficient punches with his work rate. And, he barely, just a smidgen, he barely edged him out, man. You know what I'm saying? Barely. But the judges, man. Sometimes they be on their phones and they be up there thinking about what, this, that, and the other. I don't fucking know. But the super flyweight bracket is just phenomenal. Like, you really got some great competition that's standing at the top of the ladder right now. We got some good fights. If they all play out in sequence and we able to get the winner, let's just say, these two sets with Estrada and Gonzalez, boom, the winner. And then with Rodriguez Ramfasai, get the winner. They unify, whoever it may be, between those two pair, and they able to fight Ioka. You know what I'm saying? Or, how boxing goes, they might have Ioka fight one of the winners or whoever before it plays out the way I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Ioka may face the winner of Gonzalez freaking Estrada before Bam Rodriguez, names even come to the equation. Because think about it. He moved up to face Kudras. That was his first fight at Superfly, and he got the job done. Hey, shout out to him. Salute, bro. Salute to him. He got the job done. How is that going to play with him, moving up the line and getting some type of seniority? I don't fucking know how they're going to treat Bam Rodriguez. I don't know if they believe that he's totally ready for somebody like Ioka. You know what I'm saying? We all know Roman Gonzalez is older. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to treat that shit. I do not want Juan Gonzalez to face Ioka. Juan Estrada? I do not want Juan Estrada to face Juan Gonzalez to face. Well, both of the fights to face Ioka. It's just no reason for Gonzalez to take that, being at his age in the career. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Him being his age. I'm not going to talk about him losing the way he did, but that's behind him. He's a future Hall of Famer. And I would think his team will look at it two different ways. Either they believe he can go in there and make sure they warn the ref, hey, if it gets too bad, stop the fight. We don't want him to take too much damage. Or, with that paycheck, of course, you step in the ring, you get paid, you fight. Or if he's able to defeat Estrada, he could potentially face Rodriguez. So, of course, he could go in there and face goddamn punishment with Bam Rodriguez, too, who's young in the game. And motherfucker is only beginning. But when it comes down to it, decisions have to be made. But still, those are some good fights. As Gonzalez can pick up a title and then have a unification fight between Ramfasai and Rodriguez, that would be great. And then vacate. Please don't try to unify for undisputed. Because listen, if you can leave your career with a damn a green W, cool. Don't go over there and face somebody like Ioka. Don't do that, because that's gonna be all bad for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's gonna be seriously bad, man. Hold on for a second. Yeah. The smaller weight divisions on fire right now. Some big fights coming up in those small divisions. Yeah, I keep my eyes peeled, just like, the bantamweight division. I like what I'm seeing going on down there. You know what I'm saying? We still trying to figure out what's gonna happen between Nito Donaire, right? With him and John Casimiro fight. And then, as I was doing a live, John Casimiro had like a sex accusation levied against him. I haven't heard anything after that, but I was explaining to people that in the Philippines they used to set up military personnel the same way. So I'm not saying, looking at the whole situation with Casemiro, to step aside from what I'm saying about him and Nonito Donaire fighting, I'm just saying the acquisition that was levied against him. I've seen this shit happen over the Philippines. I used to be over in the Philippines. They was trying to, send girls or have these girls that was underage out in the streets and have them go to your place. And then, these girls, you don't even know how old they are, because some of them look real young and they have age. Some of them look real young and they underage. You don't know. Then, you over there doing your thing. And then you're approached by, some individuals that say, hey, so-and-so, she's underage. That's so-and-so's daughter, blah, blah, blah. She's underage. That's rape. They try to extort money off of you. They say, you won't leave here unless we get this, unless we're going to report it to your command. But see, the one thing about it, it's a lot of service members lost their careers over that shit until they found out what the scam was. Not only did they find out what the scam was, Casemiro might have fell victim to the scam too, because the female came over there with a dude and, they were just hanging out and shit. He asked her up. Nothing was mentioned about age. And then she tried to say initially when she went into the room that she was laying at the foot of the bed. Foot of the bed. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't never been to bed with a female where she was laying at the foot of the bed. I'm 6'3". What bed we on? The bed of a goddamn big rig? How you laying at the foot of the bed and the dude's up there just, oh, look at that. I got a female at the end of the bed. Come on, stop it. And then, it's said that he asked her to come up there and lay with him. She did. All alone, I'm wondering, if you came over there with a dude, why in the hell you didn't tell him your age? Why didn't let the dude know your age? Then you say he touched you. He touched you on your groin. He touched you on your breast. At that time, you didn't say, hey, stop. I don't want to do it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm this age. Nothing. So she leaves, and then all of a sudden, they file a report. She know damn well. She say she been a fan of Casemiro for some time. You know what I'm saying? She know damn well who he was. She know what she was doing. And that's what I experienced over there. I know a lot of service members over there used to run game on us. But anyway, back to the boxing scene. I really hope Casemiro Donaire fights, man. It's a lot of venom between these two. You know what I'm saying? Somebody bound to catch it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody bound to, to catch the hand sooner or later. We just wondering when. We really want to see that fight. And then you look at Monster Inouye. He's the WBA IBF champion. We're waiting to unify. You know what I'm saying? He already defeated Donaire. So, what's going to happen in that equation? It's a lot of exciting fights in there. Oh, can we get Monster to face Donaire again? Or we're going to get Monster to face motherfucking Casemiro? And then, of course, we have some upcoming fighters that's in the bantamweight division, too. Not to mention the super bantamweight. Super bantamweight, man, we got, the situation going on with those titles with Stephen Fulton unifying after beating Brandon Figueroa. Are they going to allow Stephen Fulton to access the other keys in the championship arena at super bantamweight? Will he have access to that fight? We'll see. There's a lot of good in that. And then, you got a featherweight, Masayo. He's still riding high off the momentum that he beat Gary Russell Jr. I get it, bro. I ain't mad at Masayo. He's a Filipino fighter. You know what I'm saying? Came in there looking the part with Manny, but his performance didn't add up. And look, to be honest with you, some of Manny earlier fights, he looked like Masayo. Manny was knocked out early in his damn professional career, man. I think in his 10th fight, 12th fight, he was knocked out cold, man. So Masayo riding off the momentum of Gary Russell, man, why not? He was the longest reigning champion. Did we know outside of Deontay Wilder losing his title? He was the longest reigning champion. You know what I'm saying? So, how he's gonna mix it up down there, we'll see. We'll see how that's gonna play out, man. But he's riding off the momentum. We're still waiting on what Gary Russell's gonna do next. I know at one point in time, Gary Russell was talking about doing what? What was Gary Russell talking about doing? You know what I'm saying? What was Gary Russell talking about doing? Wasn't he talking about moving up? Potentially fighting, it was a little scuttlebutt out there that he potentially may move up and fight Chris Colbert if he won. Man, please. Mr. Gary Russell would have made Chris Colbert look amateurish. Now you have to worry about a fighter like Hector Garcia getting his shot. Let's just say Hector Garcia, Roger Gutierrez. I don't know who wins that fight. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he beats Roger Gutierrez. But if he does, let's say Gutierrez wins or whoever. And will Gary Russell, is he thinking about still frequent that 130-pound division? I mean, I don't know. Because it's very exciting with Shakur on the back end. I mean, on the right side with the WBO. Valdez on the left with the WBC. They're going to join forces and lock horns in the ring. See who win that fight. And then we can kind of situate the WBA and the IBF whenever that comes about. I just hope they don't stall Shakur Stevenson out. People looking at this fight between Shakur Stevenson and Valdez as if, okay, you root for your fighter. I definitely root for Shakur Stevenson. I think he's a more all-around better boxer, quicker hands than Valdez. But Valdez isn't a punk. Valdez is tough as they come. And you know what? He has some power. And just because he flatlined Burchelt doesn't mean that power is only going to be left in that moment when he knocked out Burchelt. It's possible for him to go over here and make a statement and put Shakur Stevenson in a predicament if he's able to punch the clock like that. If he's able to get his timing down and punch the clock, bro, and land that punch, we might see something go down. You know what I'm saying? Little ass pennyweight boys be throwing hands though. The minimum weight. He said the pennyweight. The goddamn minimum weights, man. All them cats. And shout out to Dylan Price too. Dylan Price is down there in the flyweight division. One of the only brothers that's down there. He used to be signed with TMT and they moved because, Floyd wasn't doing anything with them. But he's still fighting on regional cards, local cards. And I'm curious to know when he's going to get another good shot because he had that situation where he lost the fight, but they changed the decision because his opponent tested positive for PEDs. You know what I'm saying? But he, that was a tough fight for Dylan Price. But shout out to the D boys over there. Had the opportunity to interview him in Baltimore. Shout out to them cats. His little brother's even gotten bigger than him now. That's crazy. You got a sparring partner. You got a training partner. I mean, a trainer, coach, and that's your younger brother. That's crazy. My bad on the spelling. I got a little green in my eyes. They are known for doing that to businessmen, to WCS. A lot of people don't talk about the lower weight division, but they're very, very hot, man. I think from one I would say I say from 115, 18, 22, not so much 26, but 30, 35, 40, we got to give 40 that stamp of approval too, because 40, we just waiting to see with Josh Taylor. You know, he said he won the fight, so be it. Okay, whatever. On paper, he won it. Who you gonna fight next though? I definitely want. I don't want to see Josh Taylor fight Jose Ramirez again. I want to see a fresh face in there, for real. I don't want to see Jose Pedraza. I don't. I do not. I want to see a fresh face. Now, the only fresh face I wouldn't want to. I mean, I would like to see get another shot is Regis Prograis, Rougarou. Besides that, Gary Antoine Russell for sure, Teofimo Lopez for sure. I want to see somebody else step in there and be able to get the belts. Now, I'm hearing certain outlets say that Josh Taylor, that was his last fight at 140. Okay. If you saying that's your last fight and you know damn well you have all those motherfucking belts, no franchise, no sign of a franchise, why wouldn't you stay there and pick and collect another check if you say you're making the way easy? If you say you're making the way easy, bro, you know damn well you're going to step through the ropes and lace them motherfuckers up for another check. Because the feeling's different when your laces are green. The feeling is different. When the funds have been verified, if you think you're going to take one L moving up, at least you can get paid to step in there with a big name and fight, fight for your right and see how you come out. It's not going to affect who you are moving up to 147 if you lose. Just allow somebody to get a shot at you with all the titles. Have another defense of your titles, big dog. Give one of the Lions a shot, man. I would say Gary Antoine Russell, man. Motherfucking Teofimo Lopez. Give one of them dogs a shot. Gary Russell Jr. is a great fighter, but his career has been underwhelming. No big fights. Damn shame, because Gary is solid. Yeah, he is, man. He is. Them Russells, this just goes to show you that people may sit up here and talk about, brothers doing right by one another, being their brother's keeper. But, Gary Russell was blackballed. We all know it. He was blackballed by a brother. That ain't a secret. That's not a secret. That's been long standing. That's the reason why he couldn't get big fights. That was long standing, bro. Long standing. Hold on for a second. I got about 10 more minutes. Have to jet up to an appointment. Can't let these promotional companies and boxing elite hoodwink and dupe you. Check this out. That's easy to be said, right? But to avoid it, it all depends on the fighter's situation, where they at in life. Some of these fighters make desperate situations because boxing is paying them a check. You know what I'm saying? The situation might not be 100% something that they feel comfortable with, but they got to get paid. They got to feed the family. Some of these boxers have kids, you know what I'm saying, at a young age. And look, this was crazy, Mitch, right? You go to some of these regional cards, right? These fighters that haven't even really made no big money yet, they got these females that I'm gonna say some of these females look real good. They already got kids with them. They haven't even made it out the motherfucking incubator yet. They still under the lights. You know what I'm saying? They just in the preparation stage to get where they want to be. And a lot of these cats got kids already. So they have to continue to fight and hopefully get the right fight so they don't get L's and continue to get that paycheck in the process of probably working a second job. It's wild, man. It's wild. Because someone might make desperate, decisions that we consider desperate just so they can get a little small check to pay some bills, man. The fucked up thing to me when I think about it is when a fighter makes the determination to take a fight when they're undefeated, right? And they haven't even climbed up the ruler yet to get noticed. And they haven't had a training camp, not to the point that they're not training correctly, but they may not have been in the right mind state, nor did they have the money for a training camp, or whatever the case may be. And they go ahead and take the fight and take the L. You know what I'm saying? Just to pick up the check. They have to make that commitment. Now you have to say to yourself, if that fighter took a fight that they really wasn't 100% committed to, how many other times they're going to do it before they get to the big stage? What team is around them to advise them on the proper decision-making process of your career? Because no one wants to go into boxing and say, I want to be a world champion, but you end up a journeyman like Christian Lay and Reggie Strickland. Now, those are very, very extreme cases in boxing. Extreme. I'm talking about Ebola virus extreme. But, I'm like, some of these cats make the decision to be journeymen. A journeyman get paid, though. I have a fighter. Shout out to Sniper, man. I'm not even going to say his real name. But Sniper is 0-13, man. I knew that kid when they said, man, he tall, he going to be something great. I was there for his first fight, man. Like, he is not wanting to fight. And it's not like this dude can't fight. This dude can box. He's just a little bit shorter than me now. Taller than a motherfucker. He's 0-13, man. Damn. Not a bad dude either. I just don't know. I don't know if he wants to win. I don't know. He gets in there and he feels good about being just the opponent. Because they had so many high hopes and big dreams for this guy, and he just don't have the desire to stay in the gym all the time. I mean, he can fight his ass off, man. But 0-13 record, how are you gonna freaking make up for that? You can't even win. Taylor said he stuck around at 140 too long. Jack Catterall turned him into a Callum Smith. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? These cats be singing the same song and dance. But listen, I don't put a whole lot of resistance against that, Mitch, because some of these cats do stay in the division for a while because the money is right. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say they have a title. Look at Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Look at Callum Smith. You know what I'm saying? And look at Josh Taylor. All of them had titles, but they might have been campaigning at the division that they were struggling to make weight. I know for a fact Teofimo Lopez has been struggling to make weight for quite some time now. I know that from physical being there. I know that for a fact. I can't really cut Josh Taylor off at the head and say he was lying, because he probably felt like, damn, I'm getting this Jose Ramirez shit. Boom, I get to unify. Yeah, that's more motivation. I did it. I'm the undisputed champion. I go down with the 4-bet eras. Jermaine Taylor's, everybody else is in the 4-bet era. Terrence Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez. He goes down with the 4-belt era champions. So now he stays down and faces Catterall and have a tough fight. Now you want to tell the people that, you outgrown the division. It may be true. He might have outgrown the division. It may be true. Seriously, it may be true, man. I like Gary Antoine as well, but that postal stoppage was straight rubbish. Hey, man, somebody was looking out for Gary Antoine Russell. They may see him as a fighter that they can get behind. He has to look. You know what I'm saying? Boxing gives us rubbish all the time, don't they, Mitch? And come on, man. Boxing feeds us that shit. Like, man, I swear to God, every time a title, if you look at the end of the title that come on here, it's a spoon at the end of that motherfucker. You just have to look close enough to the screen. It's a spoon. They about to feed you. They about to spoon feed you some more bullshit. It's so many plots and twists in boxing, man, that you really have to sit back and look at it from a distance. Don't get too close on it. You might find yourself going through some stress and depression or some shit that you can't change, homie. You need to just sit back and look at damn boxing from afar, because trying to figure this shit up close, man, your eyes are gonna be red. Motherfucker using up a whole ball of Visine. You know what I'm saying? Coughing for no reason, headaches, body aches, motherfucker losing weight. I don't give one fuck about Casemiro, but that story sounds like some bullshit. Head to toe, like when you say at your cousin's crib as a kid, fuck all that. I'm making a pallet in the floor. Bad shit, bad. I'll tell you what I knew some of my comrades went through. I heard stories about the Philippines before I actually went to the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? The Philippines have some beautiful women over there. And they be of age. They be young, beautiful. I mean, beautiful women. And they used to know when military personnel was at the pier, when we was docking, when we was coming on deck. They knew the system. They know the routine. But some of these cats, depending on how they left home, what their parents, the relationship they had with their parents, because I didn't have a good relationship, but I was street smart though. You know what I'm saying? So being over there in the Philippines, some of these kids, man, I can't even say they was just all white kids, the majority white, but some brothers too. They'd go over there and start developing a pen pal relationship with the Filipinos. And then before you know it, they say, hey man, I'm moving out the barracks. Why? Oh, I'm getting married. To who? Sasa. What, nigga? You just met the female, dog, several months ago. I know, man. She's came over here already. That's when Filipinos can come over to Japan. They can come over to Japan and, visit. Something like that. We talking about in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of freaking whorehouses over there that was. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that detail, but anyway, military members getting married, right? And I said this on my live before because this is not something I'm making up. Back then, if you got married, you was able to get a permanent green card before you left the damn island. You could take your wife, and sometimes when they come into the marriage, they automatically pop out a kid. Boom, pop that kid out. Everything's going good. They get the green card. They know you got like a year remaining. Boom, you leave island. And then some of these wives disappeared. A lot of them disappeared. They took the kid. They linked up with other Filipinos, and they all the time they telling this young Marine, right? California. Let's go to California. And no matter where that guy was, he could have been from Idaho. He could have been from Florida. He could have been. I go California. I don't want to go to Florida. I don't want to go to Georgia. California, because California, they know what that is. They look, if you haven't seen California on base, the Filipinos run the hospitals and the medical departments. They help each other get jobs. Real talk. So you go over there, wife leave you, and then they go stay with somebody else and they get a job. Before you know it, you getting divorce papers in the mail. That shit happened. That's real talk. I may have outgrown the Devishon. I don't know what that is. Certain things you can't count on a boxing line about. Making a weight easily. And 2, best training camp ever. And 3, I'm going to stop you. Certain things you can count on for sure. For sure. And then, hey, Mitch, we can also throw number 4 in there. You seem to be one of the most wealthiest, fighters. Well, Brian, I made smart investments. Well, then you might not make investments enough to pay off your goddamn creditor. Anyway, man, I gotta go with this appointment, man. Y'all tune in later, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I'm out. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Salute.